Yo guys, what's going on? My name is Ryder, back in Marvel Rivals, and we're here to drop a little Groot guide today. And no, we're not going over the basic information. There's no need for that. There's 100 other videos if you are a new Groot player and you're wanting to learn him. But in today's video, we're going to go over a bit more advanced stuff. How to use his ult efficiently, how to use his walls efficiently, correct placements, how to not use his walls. Everything you really need to know about Groot. If you are above gold, this should be the right video for you. Anyways, I will probably make this a series, and I don't want to yap too much because I've only got 5 minutes. I want to make all the videos 5 minutes. If you enjoy, leave a like and subscribe, and let's go into it. Okay, so we all know that there is two different ways to use Groot's walls in game, and that is offensively or defensively. And firstly, we're going to go through the offensive ways to use Groot's wall here. Again, I don't want to go over basic information, and we all already know that his walls, they do damage to people standing close to it, or well, opponents, sorry, they get damaged when standing close to Groot's wall here. And of course, if you got enemies running away from you, you can always block them and you should be able to easily kill them. This bot's response time is almost perfect, so he's gonna automatically go around there really quickly. When most of the time there's a lot going on in games, you can usually block a tank that's trying to back up or anything like that. You can slap a wall behind them and you can just easily, you know, deal out your damage. When it does come to fighting tanks and bigger bodies, then you can use two walls at the same time, and instead of doing it separately like this and trying to be all quick and pressing all your buttons, instead just hold down your left click and drag it, and you can put down two at once. Especially in tight corners, this does work wonders for Groot, especially on squishies, because all it does take is 2 to 3 hits with these walls and they are, you know, dead. It's always a great idea as well to place down your walls just before ulting, and then you can ult, do whatever you need to do, spam your left click, and your walls are doing extra damage too with that ult, and you're just outputting so much damage in one go, man. Groot is low-key overpowered in certain situations. Can probably show that in a better situation here. For example, once you place down your ult, all 3 walls are doing damage, and all I did there to them 3 bots was use my ult and right click once. As you can see, it's insanely overpowered with your walls, and you output basically double the damage, or double the amount of hits I should say. And now when it comes to defending with your walls, and you do really want to be using your main wall here to be getting shield more than really using it for just blocking enemy bullets and stuff like that. And you know, I might be wrong with that, but that's just my play style. I'm a tank, you know, so I am in the front line. I am usually taking all the bullets myself while giving out damage, and my healers are healing me. So if I use this wall to my advantage, every time I hit someone I do get more shield. And if you are standing far away from the wall, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it in the game, but as you can see down there, there's a green line also, and if I'm hitting enemies while my green line is outside of that wall, then I will not be getting shield. But if the wall is inside of this green radius here, then I am getting shield off this wall. And as you can see, it has a little animation on every time I do get a hit, because it's giving me shield. And I believe the max health you can get from this wall alone is 1100. But of course, if you do just place it directly in front of the enemies like this, the wall's not gonna last too long. It's gonna last about maybe 2 to 3 seconds before it gets shot down. If you're playing any payload maps and you try to put it in front of it where the payload is right behind, all the team has to do is move that payload a little bit more forward and your wall despawns. So it's really not a good way to be using your main wall here. The way I like to use it is kind of placing it vertically behind me, and then once my wall is behind me, I like to use my mini walls to either block off tanks trying to get back to their team, or flankers trying to get back to their team trying to be healed, and then you can easily, you know, just kill these squishies. Especially if we are on payload maps, I do like to set up my mini walls here. Say for example, the payload is coming around this corner here, I would like to put my walls along this wall or the inside wall, and when they come around I can really hold a nice little choke point here, and anyone standing in front of me or anyone who tries to melee me, you know, any melee characters, they're not only going to be getting hit by my left click, but also the walls here standing next to me, and it just makes it a really hard time for the enemies unless they do destroy this wall. But most of the time on capture the point game modes, for example, say for example this is the like space we need to grab, this square, I like to put my wall again vertically but behind me, and then either put some walls here, because this is so annoying and is of course taking up the most space. Enemies, they know not to stand here, because if they do stand here and they get caught, they haven't really got much else to go. They're either just gonna try fight back and lose because they're being surrounded by 2 Groot walls here doing extra damage, or they're gonna have to disengage and run back to their team. And while you're fighting, you're just gaining more and more health and shield from your wall and your teammates. I do just want you guys to bear in mind though, once you get past platinum or diamond diamond even. The enemy team, they know that you're not just placing your walls randomly, and you've placed them somewhere to have an advantage if you do fight there, so they are most likely going to avoid the area, especially again in tight corners. And if you do see that the team is avoiding your walls like quite a lot in game, I wouldn't suggest having them down all the time or preparing like any walls for fights or anything like that. I would say use them only once you're like mid-fight or like in the middle of the situation. That's when you can place down your walls in the tight area or whatever you're fighting, and that's when you can get most value out of your walls if you're not getting value out of them by, you know, setting them up for the attack.